Welcome to your practice. Today we're getting into our shoulders and our hips in a bit of bind and unbind situation. At the beginning of the practice, we will be working a breath called Kapalabhati. If you're unfamiliar with that, have a listen. If you are familiar, have a listen anyway. How this breath works, I'm gonna roll down my pants so you can see, is on the exhale, the belly is going to hug back and up a little bit quite strongly. This is happening with an exhale out of the nose. When we inhale, belly is going to expand a little bit, but it's not a force out. It's a release down, a subtle expansion, halfway breath, and then exhale back. So we need that little bit of breath in order to have those exhales keep going. Otherwise, we'll run out of breath. Full time, it's going to look something like this. I'll show you from the front and from the side. Take a look at the belly. Okay, so that belly's hugging back in. And from the side, we're trying to limit this type of thing happening. It's just the belly moving. So again, all right? So that will be our Kapalabhati. We'll work through rounds of about 20 seconds. Things that otherwise you'll need for the practice are a strap and maybe a couple of blocks so that when you're ready, let's get started. And we're going to start on a seat today. Get both legs out, give them a little bit of a shake. You're here for yourself, for your practice. We're going to start with a knee pile, half knee pile. Right leg is going to come on top. Give it a nice stack, flex both feet, sit up nice and tall. So we feel like we're actually sitting on our butt. Hands go either to the sides of the hips or a little bit further back to help elevate up through the torso. And we'll start that Kapalabhati, 20 seconds. I'll be doing it with you. As you're ready, take an inhale. Prepare, exhale out of the nose. Halfway breath in. Here we go. Three, two, one. Full breath out. Big breath in. Solid breath out through the nose. One more round on this side. Halfway breath in. Here we go, 20 seconds. Three, two, one. Full breath, exhale out. Do a quick switch of your legs. Left knee is now coming on top. Arrange yourself. No need to pull the flesh away from the sit bones. Just sit there. Flesh is good. Set the hands either to the sides or slightly back. Lift up. Telescope up through the ribs. Head pulls back in space some. Prepare. Take a breath in. Prepare. Take a breath out. Halfway breath in. Here we go. Your belly's hugging back, 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 back. Those little breaths in between. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Full breath out. Exhale. Big inhale. Full exhale. Last round. Here we go. Halfway breath in. And begin. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Full breath out. Uncross the legs. Now we have options here. We're either working a single cross of the right leg over, or if you're like, Bree, my hips are already good, then we'll work a double cross. Either way, right leg is staying on top. We'll take your left hand out to the side. Palm is on the floor. Soft bend through that elbow. Shoulder starts to slide down. Pour weight in through that right hip crease. Take an inhale, reach the right arm up. And as you exhale, reach up and over. So more up than over. We're thinking this nice C curve from that right hip all the way up through the right arm. And instead of looking anywhere, can you soften that left ear down so we get opening through the right side of the neck? I know we just did like a fiery breath. We're here, we're in our body. And now can you start to slow some breath down as you inhale? Move the breath in through the right side of the ribs, all the way up through the armpit, and all the way down through that right hip. And when you exhale, you're maintaining that space, letting the hips get a little heavier, getting the left ear a little heavier. Now, right arm reaches all the way up and over. Create some tension, pull that arm to the side. They feel another layer happening through the right side of the neck open. Give yourself 2 breaths here. The right side of the hip is still heavy. That left hand is still supporting. That right shoulder moves back a little bit. Now use your arm, pull your body up. Head is relaxing, staying relaxed, staying relaxed. Take that left hand on top side of the face and pick the head up. Right leg stays as it is. Please slide the left leg out if it is not. Tent the hands, the fingertips forward. Get a little bit taller forward breath in with the spine, and exhale, casual fold. We think on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like, whoa, that's the limit, maybe around a comfortable 5 or 6. Give yourself 2 breaths. Start to bring yourself back up. Uncross the legs, and we'll switch sides. Left knee hops on top, and now don't feel like you have to have the same variation on both sides. If this side is more open, fine, we do the double stack. If you're like, okay, this is a little tight, then honor that. Keep with that single leg bend. Either way, right arm is going out to the side. Soft bend through that right elbow. We have weight pouring down through that left hip crease. Take an inhale, reach up with the left arm, and then exhale up and over, creating this big arc from the left hip all the way up through the left fingers. And as that right shoulder starts to soften down, we create space so that the right ear can soften down. And this should feel pretty nice. We move some breaths over through the left side of the ribs, all the way up through the armpit. At the same time, all the way down through that left hip. If you visualize back through the shoulder blades, they want to pull back slightly, and the chest is pulling forward just slightly. Stay in this side bend, but reach the left arm up and over until we'll create some tension. Fingers are reaching to the left, right ear is getting heavy over to the right, different edge through the left side of the scalenes. The left hip is gripping. Try your best to soften that energy down there, soften the work down there. And using the left hand and a little push of that right hand, come up with a relaxed neck. Head is heavy, head is heavy, head is heavy. Take the right hand, support the side of the face, and inhale, bring the head back up. Sliding the bottom leg out now, should be our right leg. Tent the fingertips forward, there's a subtle hinge happening. Lengthen through the spine, breath in. Exhale, find that like 5 or 6 bubble. I know sometimes can be hard. For whatever reason, we have this internal competition that we need to go deep in forward folds. Instead of thinking about how deep we can go, how much can we move the breath down into the sensations where it actually needs the support of our breath? About 2 breaths. Start to rise back up, breath in. Unwind the legs, maybe give them a little shake. And then we'll come up through for your tabletop. As you stack in your tabletop, find the shoulders lining over the wrists, knees about hanging underneath the hips. Pour a little bit more weight through the inner parts of the arms. We have some cow cats. Inhale, belly starts to go low, sit bones stick up, heart pulls forward, maybe you add the chin lift. Exhale, belly hugs up, pressing the hands down. Little bit of hug through those inner arms, a little bit of hug through those inner thighs. Inhale, pull forward, cow. Breath is in and out through the nose the whole practice. Exhale, smooth in through your cow. Once more. Bring everything back to your neutral. I want you to grab one of your blocks and we'll place it in between the palms like we're actually squeezing something. So the fingertips aren't gripping here, it's palm to palm. The hips stay high over the knees. We'll start to walk those elbows forward for a melting heart. As the chest starts to descend, if we get down far enough, chin or forehead can rest down. Choose one that feels more comfortable. I prefer chin just because my nose feels like it's going to push through the mat. As you're pressing the hands into the blocks, we'll take a breath in. Getting in through the upper arms, exhale, bend the elbows. Block is moving back to your upper back. Inhale, block is going forward. Having a subtle squeeze on that block, or a lot of a squeeze. Exhale, bend the elbows, hugging into the block. Block is wanting to move to the upper back. Once more. Inhale, block is going forward. Exhale, bend the elbows. Block is hugging back. We hold it in this position. Free breathing as I count down from 5, 4, 3. There's at least time for another full breath in and out. 2. And 1. Start to release that block forward. Roll the weight forward. Come up onto tall arms. Here it's storming here. As we come up through tall arms, I'd like you to slide the knees just a little bit wider than they would be for your cow cat. We're going to start through the right side, so that right hand moves slightly to the right as well. Left hand is going up. Breath in, a little bit of a twist. And let's get a thread the needle. Exhale, left arm is going under, all the way through for the reach. Let's try that once more. Inhale, push through the right hand. Get space. We have this big, beautiful line from right hand all the way up through left palm. Exhale, weave it under, coming down through for that left shoulder. All the way back up, reaching up through the arm. We're going to pause here. Pivot your right foot off of the mat behind you. Left foot is going long. Press down through the left foot. We have this nice modified side angle plank. With the left arm reaching up, take a breath in. Exhale, reach the left arm up and over. So we have this side bend happening from the left foot all the way up and over through to the left palm. And from here, can we inhale, reach the left arm up? Without looking, can you maintain a T-stack? So where is that arm? Feel out for it. Make a fist with the arm that's lifted. And then exhale, bend the elbow. Hand is hovering behind your low back. So our goal here is to imagine the knuckles reaching back in space behind you. This is going to help peel the left side of the ribs open some. Keep the fist. Inhale, reach the arm back up. Open the palm. And then exhale, up and over. You can even add a little bit of a neck relax here. Once more, inhale, reach the left arm up. Make a fist with the hands. Breath in. Exhale, bend your elbow. Have the hand hovering just above the back. So opening up through that left side of the chest and shoulder. With this space that we have through the chest and the shoulder, can we keep that, but rotate back? This is still hovering into our 3-pointed tabletop. With that hovering fist, gaze is down, neck is long. Can we slowly reach the arm out to the side? Open up through the palm, palm is facing down. And then exhale, reach that left arm forward. We're thinking about thumb up, pinky down, fingers in line with elbow and shoulder. Breath in, reach a little bit further. Left butt goes back, left fingertips forward. Exhale, arm is going out to the side. Can we make a fist? Pause, breath in. Exhale, bend the elbow. Can we have it hovering just above the back? And you hold it there. Pour more weight into the left knee. Imagine an imaginary line of magnetism between that inner left thigh and inner left arm. Reach it, engage it. We start to slide that right leg back. Left shoulder might be getting a little tired. That's fine. Lift that right leg up. If that's too much, the foot can stay down. If we can go a little bit more, can you give me a bend through that right knee and squeeze your heel in towards your butt here? Extend back out through the leg. We want a line from toes to hip. Bend through your knee. Squeeze that heel in toward your butt. I know that arm is still hovering. Open up the leg long. Exhale, bend, kick yourself in the butt. Now we're here for 5. If you want to go for it, grab for the foot. 4. 3, a little easier on the shoulder if you got the foot. 2. And 1. Reach arm and leg long. And then nice and easy, set that down. Give yourself a little bit of a hand walk. And we'll go through for the other side. Knees go a little bit wider than your classic tabletop. Left arm goes to the left a little bit more than it would be. Pouring some weight through that left arm, reach the right arm up. Bit of a twist, breath in. Thread the needle, exhale, right arm is going underneath. We have a little touchdown of that right shoulder. The pressure's on the shoulder, not on the head. Push back through that left hand, open up, inhale. Some stuff through the side of the chest. And once more, exhale, have it for a thread. Light touchdown on that right shoulder. Open all the way back up. This time we're pivoting back behind us with the left foot. Right leg goes into a stack. We have this modified side plank. Find the T first, reach up. Top of the ribs want to lift toward the ceiling. Back foot wants to seal down, and exhale, reach the arm up and over. And as we do that, we have a little softening through the neck. Little puff of the ribs on the right side up. And then can we add our arm? Reaching right arm up toward the ceiling. We'll make a fist. Breath in. Exhale, bend the elbow. We're feeling that hand hovering above the low back. So you can see it a little bit more clearly on this side. Hand isn't resting, it's hovering. That right shoulder is wanting to pull back. Breath in, reach all the way back up. Palm is now opening, and as we exhale, reach up and over. We have this nice sideline body opening from that outer right ankle all the way up through the palm. Inhale, reach the arm back up. We make a fist, bending through the elbow. We have this internal rotation happening through the arm bone. Keep that hand hovering from the back, and now gracefully can we land in our 3-pointed plank here. With that 3-pointed plank, we're pushing through the bottom hand, we're lifting through this top hand. Breath in. Exhale, reaching your right arm out to the side. Fingers, knuckles are pointing down, open up through the palm, breath in. Exhale, sweeping your arm forward. We're trying to create the same line now from fingertips to wrist to shoulder to elbow. Breath in, lengthen right fingertips forward, right hip is pulling back. Exhale, reach that arm out to the side. Make a fist, breath in. Exhale, bend the elbow. We're hovering it from the low back, pausing here. Ground down a little bit more through that right knee, through that left hand, hug, magnetize inside toward your imaginary midline. Staying here is great. We start to slide that left foot back. We start to lift that left leg up. And then can we start to squeeze, heel in toward the butt. Belly is lifting up like we have a little table underneath of it. Arm is lifting up. Lengthen back and long with the leg. Give your back knee a bend. Squeeze, heel towards your butt. Shoulder is still working on the right. Lengthen that leg back. Once more. Give yourself a kick in the butt. I don't know if it's just me, but this side seems much worse. Holding here. Maybe grabbing the foot. I'll get a little release from the shoulder for 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Reach long first. Find that line. And then slowly exhale. Set the knees down. Set the hand down. Take a little bit of a walk with the hands. We got this. And we'll plant those hands. And we'll get ready, curling the toes under. Give me an exhale, press up and back into your downward facing dog. As you move in through your down dog, start to pedal out through the feet, little bit by little bit. Moving them to the left, moving them to the right. When we cook the shoulders a little bit, we're going to get back through the hips and the shoulders combined, sorry to say. I'd like you to widen your feet. As you widen your feet, can you lift up through the heels? And as we lift up through the heels, we might need to bend the knees already to keep the butt nice and high. As we keep the butt nice and high, can we exhale, get the butt back? So it's kind of like a hovering child's pose, but with those knees wider, we really feel this through the middle, right through that groin. Inhale, shift it all the way forward into your plank. Exhale, bend the knees. Butt is going back. Knees are staying wide. Move it all the way back forward. Once more. Butt is going back. Reaching it all forward. Hold in your plank. Walk those feet a little bit closer so you have more of a classic plank stance. Press through the hands down. A little bit of tuck of the tailbone. Scrub the hands and the feet toward one another. Breath in. Exhale, lower the knees down. Come all the way down and forward. Hands are going forward to the shoulders. We have a combination of a rolling cobra and a back extension. Hands are forward to the shoulders, tent through the fingers. Give me an inhale, lift the chest up. Inner elbows are hugging in, heart is going forward. Exhale, lengthen down and forward. From here, elbows are hugging in toward your low ribs. Hands are starting to float. We have this big W shape happening. Tops of the feet stay down. On your inhale, feel breath move toward the belly. Exhale, lift up. And as you exhale, lift up, we feel all of the spine. The rectors are starting to turn on. Breath in here, hold. Exhale, lowering down. Once more, rolling cobra to back extension. Fingers go forward. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lengthening the heart down and forward. Elbows squeeze into the side of the ribs. Hands are floating. We have this W. Breath in. Exhale, lifting up, squeezing the back muscles. It is like storming so bad outside, so it's nice we're doing this together. Sometimes we have no motivation when it gets gloomy out, or just in general. Take a breath in. Exhale, lengthen down and forward. We'll slide those hands back behind the shoulders and give me a clean press back into your down dog. All right. From your down dog, take an inhale, lift those heels up. Exhale, lift the left leg up. I want you to find for your stopping point before you go into a back bend. You'll probably be a little lower than we think. And with that stopping point, I want you to lower the right heel and then lift it back up a couple times. Feeling some stuff happen through the back of that right calf. Stabilizing through the arms. Beautiful. And then set that left foot down. Weight goes into the left foot, lifting the heels up. Exhale, right leg is now lifting up. Find that boundary before we go into the back bend, before the chest starts to dip down. We have a nice diagonal from the head all the way up and back through the hips. Technically all the way up and back for that leg. Once we have it, can we lower and lift your left heel a couple times? So working the calf, but also starting to open it up. Next time that left heel plants down, we'll have that right foot go down as well. And then half step those feet a little bit closer. If you can, heels are grounding down. If not, no worries. But do feel more weight in the heels. That's going to make this next move easier. Give me a lift of that left leg. Toes are pointing down. Now we stay here or tent the right fingers on the floor. As we tent the right fingertips on the floor, breathe. If you want a little bit more, that hand floats up and back by your right hip. We're getting right into it today. We're here for 3, 2. Right hand will set down if it's lifted. Everyone exhale, left knee high to the left shoulder. Step that foot down, and we'll rise up for a nice low lunge. Arms are lifting up. Solid breath in, give yourself space. Exhale, can the thumbs go back a little bit? So this is going to give you a subtle back bend, that's fine. We're more concerned about getting space through the armpits and through the shoulders. Exhale, set those hands down. Slide that left foot back into your plank. Take a breath in. Your choice of flow. Exhale, lower knees or no knees. I always give you the choice. We'll work a cobra, an up dog, or maybe one rolling cobra. Some type of back bend. And then we'll give it a nice press, clean, in through our downward facing dog. As you get to your down dog, a little step forward so those heels can get closer to the mat. Maybe they even do touch the mat. Lift that right leg up. Toes are pointing down. Kick back through the heel. Find that nice diagonal. Now magnetize that inner right arm, inner left leg toward the midline and also diagonally toward one another to come up to the fingertips on that left hand. If you're feeling daring right away, left arm is going back. We're here for just 3. For 2. And 1. Setting the left hand down. Slow exhale, right knee high to your right armpit. Set the right foot down. Low lunge, arms rise up. And let that left hip descend. As you inhale, get a little taller upper body. Thumbs are going back. Exhale, think of it as an armpit back bend. Inhale, reach it back up. Setting those hands down as you exhale, lifting through the back knee. We'll come in through our plank, and again, your choice of flow. Knees or no knees, lowering down as you exhale. Your inhale will be through an up dog, cobra, or something in between. And then pressing back, downward facing dog, fully emptying out the breath best you can. Here we go. Walk those feet a little bit closer. As the feet go a little bit closer, lift the left leg up. We know the drill. With that left leg up, again, we choose to tent the right fingers or right arm just floats. More we push that left hand down and forward, the more we push that right heel back, easier this is. Right hand will set down on the mat. Exhale, high up with that left knee to the left shoulder. Step the foot down, right knee comes down. We have, again, our low lunge. This is the point where we might need a strap. Coming into our archer with the arms, if we are using the strap, the right arm has the strap. Tails will dangle. Bending top elbow, and we'll grab around for the strap tails. If you have room with the hands, let me just show you for a second. The hands are fully gripping. It's not one of these situations. Fully gripping, like at least 3 fingers, then we can do without the strap. As you're here, can we feel the outer right arm wrap forward? Think of the outside of the right arm bone going forward, like toward where you're looking. Give me 2 slower breaths. As you give me those 2 slower breaths, can we also start to feel that left arm, like the outside of that left arm bone was going to go back. Take an exhale, undo the bind, setting those hands down. Scooch the right knee a little bit further back. Reach your left arm forward, nestle the left side of the ribs in a little bit. We go for 2 hand to foot touches. Little twist as you exhale, bend your right knee. Left arm is going up and back. Maybe we touch, maybe we don't. Inhale, reach it forward and long. Nestle in left side of the ribs. Exhale, open up, hand touch. All the way back forward. Set the hand, step back, take a float. These flows can be different every time, depending on how you're feeling, how much connection we have with our body that day. As you do get to down dog, toes go a little bit closer than they normally would. Heels get heavy. As the heels get heavy, this time can we get that right foot floating? Kick through that right heel, strong line, and then we have that left hand to float. And we're just here for a couple moments, pushing down through that right hand. Left hand will set back down. Exhale, high right knee toward the armpit. Step that right foot up. If you're using your strap, grab it for archer. Left arm is lifting up. As we exhale, bending the top elbow, either strap is dangling or we're reaching the right fingers back. feel the outside of your left upper arm bone wanting to do a big half circle forward. And at the same time, your right arm bone, feel the front of the right arm bone wanting to go forward and back for the half circle. So together they're kind of making one full C shape circle. Take 2 breaths. Start to release. We'll set those hands on the inside of the foot. Slide the knee back just a little bit so you can kind of roll forward and get some extra padding with that skin of the knee. Right arm is reaching forward. You can always pad your knee too if it's feeling a little sensitive. Breath in, reach long. Exhale, bend back knee, hand is reaching for the foot. Whether or not it touches, we try. Inhale, reach forward, long nestle right ribs inside of the right thigh. Exhale, bend the knee, push it through that left hand a little bit to help open up through the right side of the chest. Reaching long and forward, set the right hand down. You guessed it, here we go for a flow. Exhales to lower. Inhales to rise. And back through for your downward facing dog. Slow down 2 breaths when you get there. Slowly set those knees down. Come all the way up. Give those shoulders a little zhuzh. We'll come down through forearms for our dolphin. As we set up for our dolphin, sometimes it's nice to measure if we grab middle parts of the biceps, only because sometimes the base gets really wide and then we start to collapse. We want the elbows wide enough where they feel like we can actually do something here, but not too wide where we're starting to sink. But maybe grab the biceps and then plant those palms down. Make 2 little L shapes, face them toward one another, and roll the inner parts of the forearms down toward the mat. Good indicator here, if you release your head, if it's touching the floor, we need more push with the forearms down so that the shoulders turn up. And I have a very long neck, so none of the, oh, my neck is too long. No, relax the head. If it's touching, push so much that the shoulders are starting to turn on. We have a dolphin, toes are curling under. Use your exhale, butt is going up and back. We have a diagonal from the elbows to the shoulders all the way up through the hips. Slow down 2 breaths. Staying here is great, or we add the left leg lifting up. Outside of the left thigh is rolling down, toes are flexing to the shin, and toes are more or less pointing down. Exhale, left foot sets down, right leg now starts to lift. Kick the heel back, push down through the forearms, the shoulders are behind the elbows. Slow set of that right foot down. Now can you push more weight in the hands? So boom, we come up into our downward facing dog. If not, we come down, we reset and get our down dog happening. Lift the heels up, breath in. Exhale, lift the left leg up, bend your knee, open up through your hip, and then open it up so much that we start to really kick ourselves in the butt. We're spinning on the outside edge of that right foot, and can we here start to think about floating that left hand so we're in our side plank, we're squeezing that heel in. And if we fall out of it, that's okay, we're here for another second. Set the left hand down all the way up and back to that bent knee down dog. Exhale, step up, right up in through our warrior 1.5. Now, with our warrior 1.5, instead of having those hips face forward, we're wanting to turn the torso slightly to the right. I'm going to turn around so you can see me a little bit better here as I explain. So instead of having the hips go forward, we're thinking of turning them like the little headlights subtly to the top right corner of your mat. Feet are like train tracks, gluing down. We'll get a nice breath in, lifting the arms up. So you're also looking slightly to the right corner of the mat. And as we get here, what would happen if you close down your eyes and put more work in the feet? And you squeeze them diagonally toward one another. Lots of angles today, I know. Can you run some of that sensation up through the inner thighs? Can you feel that support from the feet all the way up through the thighs, up through the torso, up through the shoulders? And then we can open the eyes, if you wish. Clasp the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and draw the knuckles down. We draw the knuckles down, gradually the chest is going to lift forward, tiny back bend, lots of space from shoulder to shoulder, breath in. Exhale, fold for our humble warrior. And no matter how much the fists go up and overhead, I want you to visualize that the hands had a little bit of a weight. And the more you stopped pushing and just let the arms be heavier, the easier this would be to hold. Sink into that front thigh, so tractioning the left thigh forward and lean just a little bit away from that inner left thigh. We got in the shoulders, now we're going to go through the hip. I want you to slowly lift the torso up halfway. As you lift the torso up halfway, we're going to kick that left heel out. Right toes are coming up. The hands might need some assistance, and we're landing in our Skandasana. Hands can go right through heart center. Feel a push of both feet down. Even if you're all the way up here, that's fine. Hips are sinking. Feet are pushing. There's an action. Now our butt is all of like 2 or 3 inches from the floor, maybe 10 at most. Can we slowly start to sit down? There we go. And we'll have that left knee going in. Foot is flexing. With the left knee going in, foot is flexing, we'll frame our extended right leg, get an angle lift up away from that torso, and exhale, take it for a fold. Now close your eyes, and remember we did a fold in the beginning, that was about a 5 or 6. Can we go to like a level 7? Maybe a level 8. And as you deepen that sensation, can you feed breath volume-wise, not loud, not fast, but volume-wise down to where you feel it in the back of the right leg line? Good lift as you breathe in, all the way back up. Replant through that left foot. So we're still pretty deep in the hips. If you find yourself like unable to sit upright, you can always sit up on a couple of blocks so we get that lift. But we have a couple of things that can happen here. First couple of things, maybe we just grab around the shin and we lean forward. Otherwise, we're leaning forward significantly more. We're taking the left arm forward, reaching it back for our half bind, or additionally reaching the right arm around for the full bind. Leaning the weight forward, drawing the heart up and away from the pubic bone. The hands don't touch, that's why our strap is available. Stay for one better breath. And we'll start to let it go. And as we let it go, we'll let the leg go. And we'll do a nice fancy turn all the way back into our downward facing dog. Just going to switch sides for you. So we go into our down dog, slow down 2 breaths. Now, option here to come down through the forearms, one by one, or just drop them both together so we're back into your dolphin. Shoulders are behind the elbows, and we'll repeat that left leg lift. If you want a little bit more, we'll slide the right fingertips in line with the left elbow. So we're on a contact point of left forearm and right toes. Option to bend and kick yourself in the butt with that left heel. And if you're like, Brie, I want to send it today, we tap the right hand to the foot. Maybe it's more than a tap. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Release back to your dolphin. Right to the other side. I know, shoulders, shoulders. Right leg is lifting up. Option to slide the left fingertips in line with the right elbow so we get that little bit of assistance still. Kicking yourself in the butt with your right heel. Now, the more kick that we have and the more push that we have of that right forearm, the easier it's going to be to tap hand toward the foot, or maybe we hold it. And we're just here for 3, for 2, and 1. Start to release. Come back up to tall arms. From our tall arms, give me a roll forward into your plank. Option for a flow of your choice. Down dog, I'll meet you there. Let's get a lift of the heels. Right leg is lifting up, bend the knee, open the hip. Now open it so much that we start to lean and we're coming on the edge of that left foot. And we roll, we roll, we roll. Right arm is lifting up. With the right arm lifting up, maybe even tap the foot. Here, can we step up nice and clean into your warrior 1.5. Hips are facing slightly to the left edge corner of your mat. Feet have some distance apart, and the arms start to lift. Close the eyes and reconnect to your feet. We put more energy through the base of the toes rather than the toes themselves. Send some of that power up through the legs, up through the thighs. Maybe extend the right thigh forward. Draw it all the way up through the shoulders. Feel proud. Feel like you can stand tall. Eyes open. Focus remains. Clasp the hands behind the back. Lift up through the chest. As you lift up through the chest, the shoulder blades pull back. We have a little bit more space here. Lay the heart down and forward in through your humble warrior. Little bit of space from that right side of the ribs through the right inner thigh. Again, imagine you're holding a little bit of a weight. And because you're holding the weight and it's heavy, you want to do less. You just let the arms go. The weight of them still keep the clasp. The head gets to relax a little bit more. Start to lift up with the torso some. We're coming into our Skandasana. Right heel is coming at a diagonal. Left heel starts to dig down. We release the hands, bring them to the heart, and it's a push of that foot, and it's a push of the other foot too. Both feet are pushing down. We have a lift up. And we'll sit it down. Right knee is coming down to the mat, framing through your extended left leg. Big angle, lifted the chest up. Exhale, fold. As we fold, thinking about a level 7, maybe 8, there's space to breathe. And we have space to breathe. Let's create some space to think. And when we have space to think, the mind can slow down a little bit sometimes, rather than feeling so much pressure. There's moments between thoughts. It's in these moments between thoughts where we can observe, and then we get this sense that we're actually observing ourselves. We have the power to choose differently. or the power to react differently. Start to come up. Sometimes we get ourselves into binds, we can get them out mentally and physically. As we sit up a little bit, that right foot's going to plant. Start by leaning forward. Right arm could reach forward. Half bind with the right hand, or full bind wrapping around with the left. There's no space, we do have strap access. Slow down the next 3 exhales. Rise it up. Come out of the bind, straighten out through the legs. We'll turn to the front of the mat, plant the hands, and as gracefully as we can, slide it back to your downward facing dog. Last of the standing, here we go. Lift the heels up. Exhale, left leg lifts up, bend the knee, open up through the hip. Again, can we get on the knife edge of that right foot? Open up for this variation of our side plank. Can we reach around and tap the left fingers toward the left foot? Maybe. Really kick that right leg strong. It's going to help here. And then step it up. Hands or no hands, we're going to land in a warrior 2. As we open up through warrior 2, feel even pressure through front and back foot, both down and out and down and in. Bound side angle, option with the strap. Let's bring that left hand down. As the left hand comes down, floor or block, right hand is going to reach up. Right hand goes through the half bind, dangling the strap to touch, or looping around for the fingers to clasp, or for the wrist. As we're here, we peel the right side of the chest open as if it's going toward the right side of the room and up toward the ceiling. Now, staying here is fine. Otherwise, we have some options. We look down, we're thinking bird of paradise, easy bird of paradise. We look down, we step the right foot up. We're still in the bind. We just lost the bind, grab your strap, no worries. Squeeze in through the arms, through the thigh, bend through the right knee, and then drive down through that heel. Drive down through that heel, and then lift the chest up. Shoulders are pulling back, heart is lifting up. If you want to get fancy, you can point through the toe. We're here for 3. For 2. Can we come out the way we came in? Unwind. That didn't happen, that's okay. Option to flow or go through your down dog. I'm going to take a flow. Open up through the hips a little bit. And we're on our last side. Let's get the heels to lift. Let's get the right leg to lift up, bend the knee, open the hip. Pour weight, outer edge of that left foot. We're coming into our modified side plank here. Arm is reaching up if possible. Hand is reaching toward the foot if possible. Kick yourself in the butt if possible. Now stepping up in through your warrior 2. Option to do that with no hands. Arms are going wide. Take a breather here. A little less tension through the shoulders, a little more reach, drawing that strength out through the arms rather than bundling it up here. Side angle with our bind. Right hand starts to come down. Block our floor. Left arm will go for the half bind. Or maybe right arm will go through. At any stage you want to stop, stop. Own it, work it, breathe it. Left shoulder is hugging up and back. If we're going for easy bird of paradise, we look down through the right foot. We make a step up with the left foot, maybe a couple steps. We keep the bind, keeping the right knee bent. Bend the left knee a lot. Why? So we can pour the weight through the heel and then start to come up. Now, if you're on carpet like me, this is like a lot bit harder. So wood floor, solid floor is better. The chest is lifting up. Shoulders are squeezing back. If you want to add the fancy leg, we do it. We're here for 3. For 2. Come down, maybe the way we came in. If you're like, no way, you just release it. You come down, and then we find our down dog. Give yourself a solid breath. Walk the feet wide. Hands go back, walking back for a forward fold, back of the mat. Take a halfway lift. Toes out, heels in, Malasana, sink it down. Hands go to the heart center. Slow down, 3 exhales. Maybe push those elbows into the inner thighs, get a little more lifted through the chest. And we'll take a seat since we're already quite low to the floor. And as we take that seat, get a little straightening out through the legs. I'll hop the left heel close to the butt. Right leg is strong. We'll wrap the right elbow around through the outer left knee or outer left thigh. Set the left fingers about 3 or 4 inches behind the left sit bone. Sit up as you inhale. And then squeeze in together, thigh and torso, as you do a little twist. Roll it back through center. John Yu. For a brief moment, set the foot on the inner thigh. Walk it down. Take the level back to like a 4-5 range. Bring it back up. Release that leg. Switch sides. Seated twist. Walk the right heel in. Outer left. Outer inside of the left elbow. Close to that right knee. Right hand about 2 or 3 inches behind the right sit bone. Lift up as you inhale. And then hug thigh and torso together as you go for that little twist. Unwind. Sole of the right foot, a little bit of John Yu. Set the hands. Lengthen long with the torso. And then think about a level 4 or 5. Your level 4 or 5. Rise it back up. Help that right leg up. And we'll start to lie it back down. As we lie back down, work the feet wide to the edges of the mat. Knees rest against one another. And place the hands on the belly. Observe how you breathe. And as you observe how you breathe, you actually connect to the fact that you are the mover of everything that's going on. Your body and you are not separate. Sometimes we get in the mentality of, as we did hips and shoulders, oh, I have a tight shoulder, oh, my hips are tight. But they're part of you. And when we start to think of ourselves as one unit rather than a bunch of parts, we have a centeredness in our strength. We have a groundedness in who we are. And with that centeredness and with that grounded sensation within us, it's a lot easier to show up for ourselves. Take a bigger breath here. And as you exhale, release your arms, release your legs. Shavasana. Feeling like you and your body are here for the same common goal together. To show up, to be seen, to be heard. To be enough. The more you show up in your practice, the easier it is to remember that you actually are already enough. Honestly, if you can stay longer, another 5 or 10 minutes, I encourage you to do so. When you are ready, take some deeper breaths. And send some of that breath down through the fingers and toes as you begin to move them. Through the wrists and ankles as you begin to circle them. Reaching your legs long, reaching your arms up overhead, full body stretch, reach, 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 reach. And exhale, soften, bending the knees, rolling over to right or left side. Remembering our relaxed neck. As you push up, can you keep that ear that's closer to the floor soft and down until you rise all the way up to a seat, helping the head up last. Feeling for both hands at your heart center. Feeling like you can get space from your hips to your shoulders so you sit taller. Take a breath for yourself. Honoring and acknowledging all the ways you did show up. Bow the head. And on your inhale, lifting your head, opening your eyes, and letting you go. Thank you so much for joining me for your practice today. I look forward to practicing with you soon. I have a few other videos on the platform. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below or on my Instagram. See you soon.